This is quite a treat to meet two sisters who call themselves the Dog Obsession because they are, in fact, obsessed with dogs. But luckily, they made a business of it because the rest of us are obsessed by dogs. Paulina and Andi Canalizo, it's wonderful to have you here. And most particularly, very exciting that you're both going to be at the Dog Film Festival, Pooch and Pussy Cat Party, making sketches for people on the fly. All right, so let's talk about, first of all, what's it like to be sisters working together? Is this a good thing, or do you crab and bitch at each other behind the scenes, or are you just like all love and hugs?
Hi, Tracy. We're so excited to be here. Yeah, we have definitely been very close since we were young, and I feel like we're definitely like best friends. Like we do everything together.
Yeah, we live together. We do everything together.
I'm
And
jealous. How many?
yeah, and it is a thing. We are attached to the hip and
Wow,
yeah, we are very happy this way.
this is fantastic. What is your age difference?
We're actually 4 years apart.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm the older one, and yeah, but I sometimes I feel like I'm the youngest one.
That can happen in sisters. What's going to happen when a guy comes along, or has a guy come along, or another girl, or I don't know. We got to be open-minded.
Yeah, we'll figure it out that day.
Guys have come and go, and we haven't lived together all the time, and like
Oh, I see. So
yeah,
now you're just in that place.
yes.
Yeah.
All
So we
right.
just moved to Manhattan, and has like it's kind of hard to get a good apartment that's not like crazy expensive. So
Junction.
we
Yeah.
just decided to live together for a while,
Oh,
start the
smart.
business, and do all of these things. And it makes sense because we're together most of the time, and we work together, and it's more collaborative. And every time that we spare minute that we have, we can chime in with each other and see like how.
That's so cool. So at what point did you realize that you both have artistic talent and can use it in the same way? This is a very unusual talent, a sketch artist. We see them all over the world. They might be in a piazza in Rome, they might be in the park in London, they certainly are in Manhattan in various places where they have like a little camp stool for you and a little camp stool for the person or the person and the dog. And then you do this sketch. It's very hard to capture the
Yeah,
essence of a dog quickly.
definitely.
How did you learn to do it or teach yourselves?
Basically, we both grew up being very creative, and I decided to go through fashion design, and Andy is an architect. So both of them are like creative, and like we always had this facility of like painting and drawing. And then we have always grew up with dogs, and we have been surrounded by dogs and obsessed with dogs since we were little. So like probably 2 years ago, I started like doing some portraits because I used to walk dogs in some point, and I was doing like some portraits for my clients for Christmas. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I invited Andi one day to be like, oh, do you want to help me do one? And then she was like so into it. And we were like, wait a minute, you're also really good at it. And we are like, whoa. So yeah.
That's really extraordinary because this idea of capturing, I've been reading a book called Wish You Were Here, Jodi Picoult. I don't even know how to pronounce her last name. It's chick lit, I could say, but in a good way, but I've been listening to it. And what this character does, and she's so famous, the author, everyone reads all of her books. I'm sure I'm the last one to read it. But the author does sketches. And in the book, she talks about the character is obviously fiction, that it's capturing the eyes, that everything's about capturing the eyes. What is it that you do a very interesting version of a dog sketch, which is from the nose up, from underneath their chin? Do the eyes matter as much in a dog? The person in the book does humans, so that's quite different.
I feel like definitely, obviously, like in every living being, eyes, I feel like they're very expressive and they represent so many things. But in this particular situation, we started doing like more traditional painting and doing like the dogs like front on and whatnot. But so we have our own dog and like
Tilda.
little things,
Matilda.
Matilda, which is our ears over here. But we ourselves like loving this like weird angles of her. Like it was so funny to see her like belly up and like how her chin was like all like whatever, and her beard was crazy and wonky or things like that. And we thought this is something that owners usually see of their own dogs. It's not like your typical view of them. It's like your bond with them and the things that actually as an owner, as a dog owner, like you love to see of your pets. And like, it's like those quirky little things that I feel like not a lot of people like see in or represent in the dogs. So it was really like exciting for us. We did one of Matilda, of course, and we were like, oh my God, this is so fun. And actually, I feel like they represent so much of their personality. Like it's an angle that I think most people see of dogs. They don't realize it yet, but I think most of dog owners see that angle of their dog. So we're trying to stick to it. And I feel like a lot of people have had, oh my God, it's so funny because you can tell exactly which dog it is and like their own personality, even if they don't have the eyes, which is something that we get asked of a lot.
Yeah,
actually.
Because if you're doing it from the chin up, you got a lot of mouth, you got a lot of nose.
Yeah.
And depending on the fur, you got a lot of fur and maybe some ears.
Yeah.
But you're right, it is whimsical and it is a sort of trademark now that you've made because there are all kinds of painters and photographers, but painters and sketch artists of dogs. But they might have a personal style as an artist, but you've got a style from an angle, which is very clever, I think. Where have you actually sat on a stool in Central Park or someplace in Manhattan and just sat there with your sketch pad and waited for people to show up?
To be honest, it's like we have always been thinking of doing it in different parks, but I guess like some opportunities we have become like very close to the dog community in New York City. So we are mostly invited to events, and so it's where we go. We actually want to go because we love the dog run at Madison Square Park, and we're like we have been thinking about going there and sit down and just sketch some dogs, and we haven't done it.
But you have day jobs, right?
Yeah, so we have a day job and which we work together in the same office.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so crazy because we never planned it to be like that. It just happened. And we ended up working in the same office. And now it's like hilarious because like we literally are like stuck to each other all day long. Like we have the same commute, we have all of it. It has become like we're so close. And it's funny because we don't get tired of each other. It's funny.
Very good communication skills, though.
Yes.
And boundaries? Do you have any boundaries or the heck?
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Have to have some boundaries.
Time by ourselves and
Yeah.
we each have our own like things but in the general stuff we're mostly together. Even if we're in the same office, like we're usually each on her own corner, but it's funny because people are like, what the hell? You guys go everywhere together and like you're together all the time. And like it's like kind of
Honestly, it's like a dream of siblings, especially.
yeah,
honestly,
it has been really fun actually.
I know a few siblings who are really close, but not this close. And usually siblings have issues.
Yeah.
They need time apart. As they get older, they need more time apart. How did you learn about Animal Lighthouse Rescue, which is our nonprofit partner in the Pooch and Pussy Cat Party, and the wonderful chairperson, Harry Leff? He's the one who said, I know these sisters who are sketch artists. And I'm like, what's the chance that's the case? And sure enough, so how did you learn about Animal Lighthouse Rescue?
As we started with all this no stop movement, we had our Instagram and we started posting obviously about what we are doing and having fun and trying to educate the people to understand our point of view of the art. Because again, like we were saying before, a lot of people come in and like, why you didn't put the eyes is the most important part of the dog. And we're like, yeah, but that's not what we are. And you can find it in another amazing artist, but we just want to have that kind of angle. And so one day we were like just regularly being there on Instagram and social media, and Harry reached out to us and he was like, what are you guys doing? kind of. And yeah, it was amazing. And when he explained to us about the organization, we were like, yes, we are very driven into work with organizations and help as much as possible. Like we actually do this for like, it's our passion, is our love, is our obsession. So at the end of the day, I mean, we want to share the same things with everybody. And obviously, if we can help in something with the world how it is right now, we loved it. So yeah, we're very excited.
Well, it's so cool that you're coming. We're going to have a tip jar for you because
Yeah.
Awesome.
it's out of the goodness of your heart. And I do think that everyone who gets a sketch is going to say, "Can I give you something?" So we're going to have a tip jar, which is a kind of a
Perfect.
funny idea. Maybe we'll think of another name for it so people can put $20 in there. At least it's going to pay for your art supplies.
Yeah.
What about the people who aren't dogs are welcome at the party, which by the way is an amazing thing about prohibition. So I just want to say a few words about this fantastic bar and restaurant, which is actually a music venue. I didn't even realize that at first.
Yeah, me either.
And owns it, adopted a Puerto Rican rescue dog from Animal Lighthouse Rescue. And Animal Lighthouse Rescue brings in dogs and cats from Puerto Rico. It's what they do. They foster them there, they get them neutered and spayed and vaccinated and healthy. They pay for flying them to New York. They're in foster families and they get adopted out. It's quite a journey, but everyone has heard of Dead Dog Beach and some other pretty disturbing situations for stray dogs in Puerto Rico. So this is a true lifeline. The man who owns
Course.
Prohibition Restaurant has a Puerto Rican Sato dog, as they're called, and he's so in love with the dog. Talk about obsessed. He says, "Oh, sure, take over my entire restaurant as my gift." Whoa. Oh, yeah, we'll give people cocktails and little things to eat and just wild. So it's a kind of a love fest for everybody, and dogs are welcome because this is not open to the public. The restaurant can choose to let dogs come, which would not be true if it was open to the general public, only to the 100 lucky people who buy a ticket. By the time this airs, I don't know, it could be sold out, but I hope not, because I think people are going to be excited about the idea of having this very particular brand of dog sketch that the Andy and Paulina show does. What if people don't come with their dog because A, it's too hard to get them there onto the Upper West Side, or like many of us, their dog is not a party animal. So don't want to be in a room full of loud, crazy people and noises. Can people bring a photo? And if so, do you want the photo taken at the angle beneath the chin?
Absolutely. Like we can definitely do from pictures. If they are able to take that picture from them, which is not very easy to take actually,
Right.
but if they are able to get some kind of picture of the dogs looking up, amazing. But if not, with a good picture, we can try to figure out the angle and do something very like close to what it will look like. At the end of the day, they're doodles, and we kind of want to present a little bit of the personality representation. And then we had created like a new little frame for it for the film festival that we are super excited because it looks like a reel. So we're super excited about it.
That's so creative. Maybe that's the architect in you, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit of both. We're like obsessed with design and everything design related. So if we can add an extra little bit of something there, we always try to do that. And just to also make it fun for the people that are coming and to take home something that's like special and fun and that they could put somewhere in the fridge or whatever. Like I think it
On their bedside table.
exactly, or the bedside table or whatever. It's just something to share a little of like the love that we all have for our pets. And I don't know, like Polly and I, we get so excited every time that we see anything like that resembles Matilda, like any product. And we're like, oh, that's so cute. It looks like Matilda. So anytime that we can.
Horrible. How old is she? What kind of dog is she?
Can we bring her over
In the picture?
You can bring, oh, you mean right now?
Yeah, she's here.
Come on, Matilda.
Come on.
Hello, girl.
So Matilda's a mini Schnauzer. She's 11.
That's a
She's
great
11, and we have a pact with her.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Those of you
Thank
who aren't
you.
watching on YouTube, this is the cutest face. Oh my God. I could see being obsessed.
Yeah.
We cannot say anything to the contrary of that. We're definitely obsessed with her.
But she's 11, and we have a pact with her that she's gonna stay with us until she's 25. That's our
That's
ranch.
a great number. I think that's very smart. That's what
Yeah.
make these
Yes.
these
He's
dogs.
like, you have to live forever. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's like,
sorry, but that's just the way it's going to be.
it
There's
has
some
to be the
wonderful films in the film festival
That's
about
amazing.
grieving
We're so excited.
for the loss of dogs. And
Oh.
they're wonderful. They're very moving. And we all dread it, and we've all lived through it for the most part. And I think it's really important as a community of obsessed dog people that we acknowledge. And the films are very interesting. One is philosophical, one is very artistic, that we acknowledge that it's a grief we all share. And it's hard to find a place to put it inside yourself. You just have to live with it forever. And every day you look at Matilda, somehow there's that ticking clock feeling, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You love them, the more you fear losing them, and you know it's coming. But in her case, good thing you got a mini Schnauzer. They're very long lived.
Yeah,
I know,
definitely.
we're excited about that.
Yeah.
People with Chihuahuas, some of them live to their 20s,
I
which is
know,
Yeah,
I
I've
know.
heard of
you
that.
have to be a Chi-Chi person. That's
Yeah.
a certain kind of personality of dog and person. So, what are the animals that you grew up with? What dog did you grow up with who inspired the dog obsession?
Oh my God.
We started with German Shepherd. Yeah, and it
She was
was
lovely. She was the best dog.
we were born and raised in Mexico City, and I think in the whole world, like the culture about dogs has become better and better. But when we were little, I mean, we were around our mid-30s. So when we were little, like at that time, at least in Mexico, dogs were part of the family, but also they were guardians, right? So they would be like on the backyard looking and like protecting the houses. And we were always like very sad that she would come inside the house, but like then at
Stay
night
outside.
she
Yeah.
needed to stay at night outside. And we were always like very sad about it. And in some point we started like growing and telling our
Pushing.
parents and pushing our parents, come on, let her go in. And
Can she sleep with me
yeah,
tonight?
and
like,
then
things like that.
and then thank God my parents were like, okay, and we started having more dogs. And so then we have a golden retriever and a basset hound.
Wow.
I know. And then
After the Basset Hound and the Golden Retriever, Matilda came. So at one point we had 3 dogs at the same time.
yeah.
And it was like
Cool.
crazy.
So in Mexico in general, but in Mexico City as well, not so much anymore in the cities, but definitely in the more rural areas, lots of stray dogs, lots of unowned dogs.
Yeah, we
So-
actually were trying to partner with an organization from there to help, because there's a lot of stray dogs, sadly, and there's also a lot of organizations trying to help with that. But yeah, it's a little bit different. Like in New York City, there's no stray dogs, but then you go to Mexico City and it's just so
And we want to keep them all. It's so sad. Actually, right now my mom has 2 strays.
She does.
Yeah, she has 2 strays, and my brother has another one. So we like every time, and we got another one. Actually, my dad has a stray now. But every time that we see one in Mexico, we pick it up and just take it to a bath and put it somewhere and rehome them. And that's something that I feel like us as kids, we tried. I think we injected something in my parents that now they love dogs as
Yeah.
much as we do. And they're like obsessed with their dogs now. So it's like really cool.
But isn't it also interesting, and it would be true, clearly it's now, from what you're telling me, true in Mexico City, but also in American culture and cities, that 30 years ago, 25 years ago, people bought purebred dogs, not from puppy mills, because there weren't puppy mills, because there was not that level of demand that there is today. They bought them from breeders, some better than others, but they were just breeding 1 or 2 litters a year.
Yeah.
And now we have people that are switching from that to saying, I want to save those dogs on the street. And it's interesting. You go from Basset Hound, Golden Retriever, German Shepherd, Mini Schnauzer to whatever's out there, I'll give it a home. And I think we're all making that evolution. And I think it's a really interesting one.
Yeah, I think it's really amazing. And honestly, like these dogs are like these strays and mutts and all of these dogs are so like grateful
Yes.
of the love that they receive after being on the streets, that they're just like the best dogs you can get.
Every
There's-
time you look at them, you think, you're welcome.
Exactly.
Thank you. Harry Leff, who's the head of Animal Lighthouse Rescue,
Oh.
his dog Enzo goes with him everywhere. Everywhere. Little Enzo the Sato.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the wonderful woman who does my social media and brand management, she has two Satos,
Oh.
Murphy and Maeve. It's interesting that the Puerto Rican dogs are out and about and they're
Yeah.
living the best life because when they come to New York City, they live in foster homes that are pretty darn nice. And then they get their forever home and it's really nice. And they go to doggy daycare and to dog parks and they have a very different kind of life and they make the adjustment.
Yeah, it's amazing how much like dog and like how the dogs are like now more part of our families and we take them to all these places and now you
Yeah.
cannot honestly we cannot bear leaving Matilda in our house for the whole afternoon. Like it's no, how are we gonna leave her? She has to
But
come.
what do you do about work? Do you take her to your office?
We do.
Do? Oh
We
my
do.
God. Well, you
I
did write
never.
to me. You said we want to come to the Dog Film Festival. Can Matilda come?
Yeah.
Not allowed in theaters in New York City. They're really
No,
strict.
that's totally
So
fine.
we'd
I mean,
love
we
to have
understand
her.
obviously.
She'd
But
be a diva. She'd be a star. And I
Thank
guess you can't bring her to the pooch party because it would distract you from your work.
yeah. Matilda goes to with us to every single event that we do. She's so chill.
Sure.
She lays next to us and she's
Oh.
not bothered at
Yeah.
all.
All right, then she's going to come to the pooch party. So anyone who wants to see a really super cute mini Schnauzer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
she'll
would-
be there on the floor. So you're saying that guests can bring a photo if you're able to take a
Yeah.
photo of your dog from below, as if they're
Yes.
looking up from below their chin like that. But
Exactly.
give you the
If
angle.
they can. If they don't have that or cannot take that picture, we could definitely do it. The more pictures, the better because then we can see like spots,
Right.
like things that are special to them. And we try to incorporate those in our sketches so that they look as close as possible to them. So I think, yeah, but they can bring any pictures. Everything's good. We'll make them work for sure.
That's terrific. And you obviously don't work together on the one sketch. You do two sketches.
Yes, we hold hands. I'm kidding. No, we don't.
So we get double the benefit because we have
Yeah.
the sisters side by side and you use a sketch pad and charcoal. What do you use for your
I have a little example here with the light.
Oh,
You cannot see it,
darling.
but we use the pencil and then a pen, and it's just white, black and white.
Ink in this
It's just
one.
ink, yeah. But yeah, we're like happy to do also like it has worked very well. If people like share about the film festival or something, we maybe can do a raffle to win a custom portrait later on. If like they share and I don't know, do something cool.
Well, yeah, they're going to share anyway and be good sports. But I think that given that you're coming there and giving your time and your expertise and your energy and your artistry and Matilda for us all to drool over, I think if anybody wants a portrait, which I hope some of the festival goers will want, they can just work on that with you separately. You don't have to give that
of
away
course.
too, girls. Don't give away the farm, as we like to say. It's wonderful to have visited with you. I can't wait to meet you in person. You're absolutely delightful, the two of you. And Matilda is going to be the star of the party. I can feel it already. So I'll make sure that we get out some social media messages that people whose dogs aren't coming to the party definitely should bring as many photos as they can so you guys can go to work on it. Thank you so much for your generosity and for being here. Can't wait to meet you both.
Thank you so much, Tracie.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was amazing, and thanks for everything.
It's a great pleasure. Kisses to Matilda.
Of
Thank
course.
you. Hope to see you soon.